Time, no time.
Still in shorts.
Oh, that's not ever going to change. My short, fat ass is going to stay as consistent as humanly possible. But this is dog weather. It's beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better day.
How different is the spring been for you, just focusing on the tight ends? Is it kind of more at ease on the field, being able to focus on the tight ends?
You know, I think the biggest adjustment has always been, it's been fantastic to be able to see things from the offense as a whole, you know, to be able to have a lot more input, you know, to Coach Switz's and Coach Doherty's and Coach Fish's. They really allowed me to be able to kind of look at things from a holistic perspective, and then obviously to be able to focus back on the tight ends like I did for a decade. Here, I think it's been fantastic. I don't know if the tight ends love it right now with how much mental energy has been poured into them, but it's been awesome to be able to get back and just focus on that.
Where's Quentin in his recovery? Looked like he did a little more today.
Yeah, I think Quentin, quite honestly, if we were playing this weekend, Quentin would go. Right now. But I think for us, is especially with an off-season surgery, you just want to make sure that you're smart and be able to build up his capacity, build up a lot of his workload. I've seen him grow a lot just in terms of his mental ability, being able to know the offense, all the nuances. I think I've been really, really pleased with, and he'd be the first one to tell you that he's got a lot more room to be able to get left to be able to continue to improve.
Have you seen the most improvement in Decker in year two?
I think just run blocking, pass protection wise. I think being able to be 245 pounds allows him to be able to be a lot more sticky in terms of contact, in terms of creating knockoff at the point of attack. And that's where I've been really, really pleasantly surprised just in terms of what he did this offseason and what he's able to carry, quite honestly, just in terms of body weight. But you still see the athleticism, you see his ability to be able to be a really big factor in the pass game, and if he continues to grow, the sky's the limit for that young kid.
What kind of tight end were you looking for in the portal, and what was it about Cade that appealed to you guys?
Well, I think first and foremost, anytime that you get an in-state kid that enters the portal, you really want to make sure that you get an opportunity to be able to do a lot of research in terms of, okay, hey, what kind of kid is this? What are going to be his skill sets? How are we going to be able to do this? And, you know, the scarcity of what we had last year from a scholarship position right now, it's nice to be able to have some depth and know that there's 3 to 4 tight ends that you can put in the game that are going to help you win, not just holding your breath in terms of, hey, I really hope that somebody stays healthy. And then what's our plan of attack, or how do we pivot from there? So,
You know, tight end positions changed, you know, where it's not just the blocking tight end. A lot of the time you've got that H-back, you've got him in motion, you've got him lining up as fullback. Who's your most versatile guy back there?
Right now, I think the beauty of the room is all those guys could step into all those roles. I think obviously the guy that really jumps out in terms of what he's able to do is Decker, being able to do some inline stuff, split out wide, be a third wide receiver, and really be a single wide receiver split out, you know, with his ability to get in and out of breaks. But you just look at it from top down, you love what Cade's able to do just in terms of being in a Swiss Army knife. And the guy that's really jumped out has been Austin Simmons. You know, how fast he's been able to take this offense, how fast he's been able to grow. He's starting to get a lot more confidence. You see more physicality. You see a lot more speed at the line of scrimmage. I've been really, really, you know, happy with his progress up to this point.
With your young guys, you've got some really young guys. How hard is it for them to get up to speed to where you want them to, where a guy like Quentin Moore is, knowing the offense?
Sure. I think at the end of the day, it's anytime that you're learning a foreign language, I think you just want a comfortability. Are you going the right way? And then as you start to get a lot more familiar, sometimes you got to mess some things up to be able to really refine and perfect, you know, your craft. And I think those guys have done a nice job of being able to dive into the material, make some mistakes, learn from it, but continuously not make the same mistakes every single day and get that 1% better like we're always trying to stress.
Zach Henning got to play a little bit of tight end last year.
Sure.
You eyeballing him a little bit?
Absolutely.
Trying to get him into your room?
Absolutely. More offensive linemen makes us tougher. You know, the more offensive linemen that can come and hang out with us. But however, we need to put ourselves in the best position to win games. Obviously, this offensive staff, defensive staff, we're going to make sure that we do that and attack it in that manner.
Justice Williams, it almost looks like a tight end.
Justice Williams is doing a great job at X receiver right now. You see him with touchdown catches. He's been fantastic. I just love seeing him grow, and we'll see how that goes down the road.
After Quentin got hurt last year, I mean, you made it through the season with just Kolecki and Decker playing, basically. Would you prefer to play 3 guys? Are you fine giving most of the reps?
You'd love to have a rotation of about 4 to 5, in all honesty, right now. You know, you start to look at NFL snaps. Very seldomly do you ever get an NFL guy that has more than about 50 to 60 reps a game. Obviously they're playing a couple more weeks. When you look at just your workload over the course of time, if you're consistently running 50 yards down the field at 250 pounds and you're a right tackle, that starts to wear on your body no matter who you are. So I think it's really just a testament to Kalecki and his mental toughness, his ability to play. There's a lot of guys that are reaching out on his behalf, but, it took a grown man to be able to stomach all that workload right now and play at the level that he did and produce at the level that he did. But you want a rotation. You want to keep guys fresh. You want to make sure that you're playing your best football in week 13, week 14, week 15 right here. God willing that's your season and your course. And you need to make sure that you're sharing reps to be able to do that.
How many of those inline blocking tight end snaps is Decker getting since Quinton's limited for the spring?
Right now, spring ball, the beauty of it is you just want to make sure that you throw things against the wall and see what sticks, so I don't have, hey, he's going to take X amount of percentage or X amount of reps. I just want to let Coach Fish call the game that he's going to call and then see what he can do well. And then you get to, put Cade in other scenarios in different circumstances. So I think just being able to be versatile right now, test clubs out, I think is a phrase that's repeated on our offensive staff, and then see what everybody does best.
It looked like another Cade was out here today. Just how cool was it having Ryan's older brother?
Well, I started laughing because you see, it not just him, but you see guys like, Eric Bjornsson, these guys that are coming back that have really been staples and really, those are guys that really put in a lot of hard work to make the tight end room and the reputation that it has. So for them and the emotional connection that they still have to the school is incredible. That's what you do it as a coach. And for them to be able to impart wisdom and pour into these young dudes tells you everything you need to know about being a dog and how important that is to be able to give back, to be able to continue to see young guys perform and execute, and those guys just being pure fans.
Where is Ryan on that?
Ryan right now is running his recovery process. We're going to try and get him back as quickly as possible.
With the NFL draft coming up, what are you hearing feedback-wise on Kalecki?
Right now, you get a variety of different things right here, but I think, the biggest thing about Kalecki that they love is his versatility, how well he did in pass protection, how well he did in run blocking, how heavy his hands were, and then being able to catch 40 balls in terms of production right now, I think has been really eye-opening in terms of, being able to showcase his all-around game.
With Ryan, has it been multiple injuries or just one injury he's trying to get through? Or?
It has been a consistent stream of unlucky is what I would say.
Are you able to say what any of those are? Or?
That'd be a question probably for Tom or Coach Fish.
Is there any chance he'll play this spring?
I sure hope so.
What have you been most impressed with Cade Eldridge, and where do you feel like he has the most room to grow?
Cade's, again, versatility. I think I've been I've loved everything about how tough he plays at the line of scrimmage. I love how he's able to be able to kind of maneuver in short spaces and be able to catch some intermediate routes on a lot of our run actions. But I just think his toughness at the line of scrimmage and his ability and feel in terms of a lot of run fits has been really, really cool to be able to see him progress.